Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Looks like we're starting the race in 6th position, so 5th position. Strength of the field today is a 30-13. I think we're already up to 4th. Slow hypercar up ahead. We're going to start this race with a 12:45 rating. Cars ahead going defensive. They're going to be side by side. Looks like we're 4th in class currently. Cars ahead is battling hard. That's the battle for 2nd. Oh, we lost control. We've gone sideways and off the track. Another car slowly lost control in front of us. We are going to hit them a little bit. Not intentionally. GT3s are starting to catch up. That LMP2 car got a slow start there. And we probably have a tiny bit of damage on the front end of the car, although we did look like we barely touched them. Not completely sure what position we've fallen to. It looks like probably, I think we're 2nd to last in our class currently. An unusual place for us to lose control there. Thankfully, we really didn't ruin anyone else's race. When we slid off, we went off track backwards so as to avoid contact, getting off the racing line. Started to catch this blue and black car just ahead of us. Looks like we may be updated to 7th position. You can see the last place LMP2 car back there just barely in front of the GT3 field. We are 8th in position in class now. This is a 35-minute race today. A license requirement for entry. Since it's 35 minutes, we'll be stopping for fuel at least. That window will open in about 10 minutes. Currently in 8th, we're catching this blue and black car now in front of us. Looking to the inside a little bit. Oh, we had to lock it up. Looked like they may have slowed up really quickly on us. Maybe taking some more damage to the front end of our car here. We'll probably be looking to get into the pits as soon as we can. Thankfully that didn't really crash him or anything. That was a touch. Not sure if it was our fault, but we did lock it up behind them briefly. Back up to 7th in class. So we started the race in 5th, got an early jump up to 4th. But early on in the first lap, we lost control, went sideways, and had to back off into the off field. Into the dirt. Lap 2, we gained 1 position back, up to 7th position now. We're looking to try and close back in on the car in front of us. We could be gaining time on them. We've got a few seconds to close the gap now, though. You can see the car in last place back there, just turning the corner. I don't see much damage on the front end there. You can see the front left has a little bit of paint scraped off. For what's happened so far, looks like we might be okay. Hopefully we haven't taken too much damage. We can get back up to speed. Run some qualifying laps now. Losing control a little bit there. The back end started to come out on us. We're really pushing because we know we've got to make up a lot of time from that early mistake. You can see this green and gray car in front of us, I think. Just a little over 6 minutes in the race now. Back up to 7th in our class. This is multi-class racing. We're going to have the hypercars, or GTPs, in the first class. The second class is the LMP2s, the Dallara P217. That's what we're driving. It's all the same car. Then we have the GT3 class in the last class, the slowest class. Pretty sure we've closed the gap to the car in front a bit this lap. I think nearing the end of last lap, it was about a 2-second gap. Now we've got it up to just over a second, I think. That's good closure there on the car in front. Really closing up that gap. This will be the battle for 6th if we can catch them soon. Closing the gap to the car in front. It's down to just over a second. I can see the car in front of them not too far off, and now it looks like there's a dark blue and yellow. Maybe a little bit of black mixed in there with some of it. You can see we've really gained time on that blue and black car behind us. Hard to see them on screen much anymore. Several seconds opened up there. We really didn't mean to touch them on the back end on that one corner. Sure, we could have passed them with our own merits and not have to get them loose or anything. I think they slowed up faster than we expected there. Probably because they don't have the same braking points most of us have. And it caught us by surprise and we had to lock it up. Well, we tried to brake a little harder, but we were already pretty hard braking there. We tried to do it harder and then it just locks up the brakes. The gap to the car in front's come down a lot now. Less than a second for sure. If we don't make any mistakes, we should be able to catch them this lap or next lap. Should be seeing the pit window opening here in the next lap or two. It's a pretty good strength of field today. It's a decent opportunity for us. An average of 30-13. We're starting to make our way up with a 12:45 currently. Getting closer to the car in front now. We would expect to probably be on their tail by the end of this lap. If we keep closing in like I think. Gaining just over half a second a lap. Gap's really down now. We're getting close. Gonna flash our lights to let them know we're starting to catch them, trying to make them a little bit nervous. Got a very famous passing point coming up right here. They went a little wide maybe. Now we are all over their tail. We might have a run on them coming into turn 1. They're gonna go defensive on the inside. Currently 7th in class. Looks like we might make the pass on the outside there. That is the pass for 6th place. Had a run on them in turn 1. Looks like we're starting to catch the GT3 field now. Saw a car not too far ahead. I'm not sure we're too worried about them at the moment. There's the GT3 Ferrari in front of us. I'm gonna look to get a good clean pass on them. Flashing our lights, gonna try and go to the inside here. Don't want to leave that open to get past again. 6th in our class, started the race in 5th. We were up to 4th briefly. Car's still hanging in there with us a little bit. You can see an LMP2 car not too far in front of us now. Oh, the GT3 car. Way late break there or something. Not where they want to be. Yeah, about a 2-second gap, I think, to the car in front. Car behind is just a few tenths behind still at the moment. Oh, we were catching them quite a bit per lap. We might have to worry about turn 1 this time around. We'll see. We are 6th in our class currently. Looking to close the gap to that white LMP2 car in front of us. Car behind is flashing their lights and hanging in there with us right now. A little bit of a draft here. We're going to see if we go defensive. We're going around a lot back and forth there. We're going to try to the inside. We did take a defensive line there. They're going to go wide. They lost time there for sure. It was a good block by us. We already had that line. They thought they were going to sneak to the outside on us. Putting down some tire marks there. We still have it on them, I think. A little under a second gap now to the car behind. I think we're closing in on the white car in front of us too. Currently 6th in class. Just about 20 minutes remain in the race. We've opened up the gap now to the car behind. May have lost a little bit of time to that white LMP2 car with that battle, needing to defend there. We're not doing too bad. I think it's still a full 2 seconds. I'm a little bit surprised. Oh! Lost control in turn 1, went sideways. We're gonna lose 1 position. Just behind 6th place, back into 7th now. Not the best place to lose control there. Car in front's gonna go defensive here. I don't think we have a run on them, really. Not yet, but we will close that gap again. I'm pretty sure we have pace on them. Two big mistakes sliding, losing control in this race thus far. Pretty unusual for us to lose control that badly. I guess we can be thankful we didn't run into a wall and smash our car up and end the race that way. Could have been worse. But we did lose a few spots and we've got to work our way back up again. Maybe this blue and yellow car in front of us has found a little bit more pace in their lap. In their lap times. Oh, we lost control again. Went wide in the dirt there. Gonna lose time to the car in front now. Gap's opening up on us. We'll see if we pull into the pits here soon just to try and get a little recovery on our tires. Let them cool down a little. Yes, we will come into the pits. Locking it up just as we enter. Couple LMP2 cars just ahead of us here. Probably just gonna start to hit more GT3 traffic, so it's a good time to pit. Maybe we can get that little bit of damage repaired that we took early. Pit stop is over. I didn't see the car come up with new tires or anything. Got the GT3, one of the GT3 cars. I think they're way behind. Starting to catch up to us, but we're gonna come out in front. Says 7th position currently. Can still see a little bit of damage there, but it's most likely been repaired for the aero damage or whatnot. It was a fairly quick pit stop. We did only take fuel, and that should have given a little bit of an opportunity to take care of any small damage we may have had. And I do think it was small damage. We'd barely touched anything most of the race. Really, the whole reason we are down in 7th is that we had lost control 3 times now. Not long before we pitted was our 3rd. So hopefully our tires have come back down and we've got the grip again and go full speed. Not sure if we just got slightly different track conditions than what we are used to with all the mistakes, or if we're just a little off on this race. Updating our number now. Says we're in 8th. Give it a second. We have to cross the line. Looks like, yes, we are still in 8th position in our class. Somebody's coming out of the pits just in front of us. Less than 15 minutes remain in the race. How many laps we do depends on where the leader is when time expires. Haven't seen a hypercar in quite a while. There's one there, just as I was saying it. BMW hypercar starting to catch us now. We did take our pit stops. It's possible they haven't yet. They probably will soon, or they'll start to soon. Pit window will close for us, our class, in the next 8 minutes or so. Maybe less. Some of the GT3 cars seem to be able to go longer on their tank of gas than we can. Less than a second gap to the car in front of us. We had been battling with them before. We do have pace on them, I believe. Hypercars starting to catch. We can see them getting closer now. We might expect them to just pull into the pits this time. They're really coming. There it goes. The BMW did pull off into the pits. Looked like another hypercar coming behind, and 2 more coming into the pits. We won't be seeing the hypercars for a few more laps. There is an LMP2 car coming out of the pits now. Looked like possibly the white one we were trying to chase down. We are still within a decent little gap there. Plenty of time in the race to catch and pass these 2 cars in front if we've got the pace on them. I think we might. Starting to catch some GT3 cars that could go in our favor or work against us. We'll have to find out soon. Currently 8th in our class. I think cars still do need to make their stop. Catching the GT3 cars now. It looks like we're going to be slowed up on exit there. The car in front of us is catching the white LMP2 car that had been in front of us for a while. Closing the gap on them with about 11 minutes to go. You can see that gap's coming down quickly, probably because of the GT3 field. Looks like we were slowed up that time, but they could be slowed up this time. A couple more GT3 cars just ahead. No hypercars catching yet. That will happen though. Most likely. Currently 7th in our class. The LMP2 cars are going side by side in front of us with the GT3 car in the front holding them up. The white car is the one who lost out there. The blue and yellow one did catch and make the pass. We should be able to catch and pass this GT3 just before the S's here. We're going to be stuck on the offline, but we'll be okay. Closing the gap to the cars in front. It is not very large now. They are also nose to tail battling there. Flashing our lights to get by the GT3 here. Shouldn't have a problem getting in front and staying in front. You can see the cars ahead battling now. We closed the gap quite a bit there. Still in 7th. Looks like the gap to the car in front is still just about a second, maybe a little more. Two cars just ahead of us, really. Not too far in front. Not the best lap times, but mostly because of traffic there. You can see the white LMP2 car just in front of us now. Probably just over a second still. Looking to close that gap. I think we can do it. We still have time in the race. We need to keep it clean, and then maybe traffic works with us a little bit more. I think the gap to the car in front is still just about the same as it was when this lap started. But somehow that yellow and blue car up there, that's currently in 5th, has found some pace. They're running away from the white LMP2 car in front of us. This is about the gap they were when we made the pass and were running them down. Ooh, somebody's front end sitting on the side of the road there. Mercedes AMG. Ooh, lots of cars here. We're catching the GT3 field now. The white LMP2 car is just in front of us. Both of us flashing our lights. There's the front end of the Mercedes. We're going to duck in to the inside on turn 1. Oh, we locked it up and got hit by the GT3 car. Spun us around. Going wide, trying to get back onto the track. Almost hit the hypercar. A couple BMWs catching us now. They're also nose to tail. That is a terrible place to lose control. In position there, we had really closed up on the car in front of us. Going 3 wide with 2 hypercars now. Just trying to avoid contact. We're going to get back to the racing line just before the corners here. They are nose to tail. Looks like 3rd got in front of 2nd there. Another BMW hypercar behind us. A lot of GT3 cars coming up as well. There's a lot of traffic building up all at once. Just about 5 minutes remain in the race. We're going to get past here. LMP2 car is back there. pushed a little bit wide there, maybe. Just trying to give him room to make the pass. Little GT3 cars ahead with a lot of hypercars. They're getting stuck in there, so are we. Maybe we can get a decent exit out of this still. Those GT3s want to battle down there. Nose to tail, the one doesn't even have a nose. Catching the Ferrari, we should have them before the chicane. Need to pass cleanly. You can see the white LMP2 car not too far ahead still. That spin, I don't know. Definitely lost us some time. You can see our car's a bit more damaged than it was before. But somehow we've sort of caught up to that white LMP2 car in front. Could just be because of all the traffic it's worked in our favor. There is still time to close up the gap and to make the pass before the end of the race. Trying to lose track on how many times we spun or lost control on this one though. Gonna hit the brakes a little extra hard to let this BMW by. It looks like they're in 5th place. Going a little wide in that corner. Trying to keep as much speed going as possible. Pretty sure we could catch and pass these cars that are in front of us. The LMP2 cars, but we've made too many mistakes this race. One of them, the GT3 car, really assisted us. See, that's where most of our vehicle damage has come from. We're looking to get by this BMW GT3 just ahead. Some hypercars behind going extra wide. Trying to avoid the GT3 traffic. This Acura's going to try and use our draft a little bit to get by us here. And see, it's starting to build up. Cadillac's wanting to go to the outside, but I can't give that to them. They're going to lock it up slightly. GT3 car forced us to hit the brakes, and then we were hitting the back end there by the Cadillac. So much traffic here. Trying to get the feel of our car again and get back to the racing line. The Cadillac didn't have much of a run of us there. We should be able to get by this GT3 car before this kink. Just a hypercar behind that GT3 now. I'm not sure if we're still closing the gap to that white LMP2 car in front with all the traffic we have to deal with. I'm not sure we can worry too much about what's in front of us there. Just trying to not lose too much speed with all of these hypercars and GT3s. And go side by side briefly with the hypercar. We'll slot in not too far after, but that did lose us a tiny bit of time doing that. We can see the LMP2 car a little bit in front of us now. We'll try and make the move to the inside here, this GT3. We made that pass cleanly. You can see some damage to the front and rear of our car now. Sure, we're losing time because of that. Maybe gonna make that a bit harder to close the gap to the white LMP2 car in front of us. Time is just about to expire. There's probably one more lap to go. This will be the white flag coming up. Currently 7th in class. I don't think that has changed. Getting the white flag now. Hypercar still battling in front of us. Lots of damage to the front and rear of our car currently. Time's expired. White flag. This is the last lap of the race. There's the white LMP2 car we've been trying to run down for a while. We've got some hypercars starting to catch us now. They weren't that far ahead, but that is still a few second gap at the moment. We're running a little bit wide there. Looks like we're struggling for grip just a little bit. Wanting to push it as hard as we can. Acura's barely catching and passing now. They did finally make that pass clean. LMP2 car a few seconds behind there. Well, as long as we don't make any mistakes, we ought to be able to keep this position at least. Looking for the white LMP2 car just in front of us to maybe make a mistake. They've got a hypercar to deal with here. It may happen in the last corners or so. We'll see if they catch them in time. Final corners of the last lap here. Alright, we started the race in P5. We're going to finish in 7th. Car behind getting a little squirrely. Our rating's going to go from a 1245. We lost 12 points on this one. We're down to a 1233. Could have been better. Most of it was our fault. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.